2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Welcome to an April edition of TP Crypto, big month in crypto. This is AZcrypto with MrFOMO. MrFOMO special episode. We skipped the Friday flip, but we're going to give you viewers something even better. We're going to give you 4 tokens to look for to make some money in April. So we're looking for the next 3 weeks. What are some picks we would have in terms of some high upside, safety, and reliability? So you're shaking your head. Well, the viewers are gonna get something from you that's a big risk, but that's okay. That's okay, because between the 4 coins, I think we got the market covered. So I'm gonna let you go first, even though we didn't have an official coin flip. I will let you go first because I think we're definitely gonna have 4 different tokens, unless you steal one of mine. So
not a
go
chance,
for it.
not a chance. And remember, this isn't for a long-term hold. This isn't for
3 weeks.
Or this is at most 3 weeks. This is get your profits and get yourself out. And I don't think we should bury the lead on this one. I'm going to lead off with kind of an obscure one, but one that opened on a little bit bigger of an exchange recently, MEXC, and that is Token. It's the token that powers an NFT marketplace for the adult industry, and several, not only an NFT marketplace, but a streaming platform. Several, I guess, big names are backing.
Now, let me stop you for a second. Your wife was bad enough when you were yelling out Luna in bed. Now, when you were doing research on this one in bed, I just want to know how that went.
Well, it's the token, so it's all right. You should it's not going to throw anything off. It's not like.
But obviously, you had to see who was backing the token, so you had to dig deep.
Well, yeah, on CoinMarketCap, it actually lists several of the stars that are backing it, like Maitland Ward, Bella Danger, and Anissa Kate. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And the marketplace where you can go and purchase NFTs and get these streaming services, and I know I'm pronouncing this right, is called the PokeMe Marketplace. And the PokeMe team is the one behind this. You can actually get it on PancakeSwap, DigiFinex. There's rumors that it's going to hit Bitmart soon, and I think after that probably Binance maybe. But you can actually get it on PancakeSwap or MEXC, and MEXC is available, I know, on iOS in the App Store. I don't know about Android, but so I know the exchange is available. I know you can get it on a swap. So you can actually get into this, and the market cap is 57 million, doing a volume of about 750,000. The price is about between 3 and 4 cents.
Interesting.
You have it.
The interesting pick. I've dabbled into PancakeSwap a few times. I don't know that that's for me, April. Now, for me, I would pick something like that if I was sure that we were really headed for a leg up for several months. 3 weeks, I think it can be risky, unless you, like you said, if you get a huge profit right away in 24, 48 hours and you pull out, you'll be fine. You get a big profit, you get greedy, you stick on this type of coin over 3 or 4 weeks. With the market we're in, uncertainty, you might get really destroyed. But for 3 weeks, I do like the risk that you're taking. Specifically, if the low market cap, you could get a significant return. Just be wary that you're taking a gigantic risk, because not everything, the people you mentioned might be behind the project, but they're not the ones actually running the token. So
right, and then it's all up to the team. And I haven't done a ton of research on this, but I know I happened to catch some articles that it was going to open up on MEXC this week. I did a little bit of research on that exchange, and then I and then I did some research on CoinMarketCap. But again, that's what I like about this is the low market cap, the low relative price, its relative availability. But then, I have three things that I'm looking to find a way to invest in crypto that are basically sins, right? And this is one of them. People pay big money for this kind of stuff, and I would love to collect that money and have nothing to do with the industry. So,
Okay, I'm going to go with something that our viewers might be a little more familiar with. No, hey, for 3 weeks, it might be a great play. But if you're talking about, and some of our viewers might be trying to make a lot of money, and they might not be willing to risk a lot of money into a project like that with little history. I'm going to give you one that you can feel safe with. Cosmos, also known as Atom. We've got a 9.3 billion. You might say, well, that's a lot. Hold on, though. Cosmos has been in consolidation for a long, long time. Leading up to January, it really had gotten hot. Right before things went horrible with the war and the economy and the marketplace. So it's gotten back up to 32 right now. And truth be told, I am in that project myself. And I really like it for the next 3 weeks. I think I've again, not a T expert. I've seen some nice charts, not a ton of resistance. We're looking at 32 right now. And I could see 50 Atom sometime in April. Maybe even, let's say 55, 60 is not out of the question at all. I think Atom's got a really nice path here to make some profit. A lot of projects on there. And they are tied to Luna, by the way. So, by the way,
a lot of things. That's the great thing about Cosmos is interoperability. And so,
by the way,
that's the great
we
thing.
brought this up. I was going to pick Luna, but since it's already in the last day gone up 9%, I just decided. But here's the thing. Luna is still, even though it's not going to be one of my picks, still an excellent selection. But for me, Luna would be something I'm thinking long-term, not just for these 3 weeks. But again, you can't go wrong buying Luna, even though it's all the way up to 114. Hey, we got past 110. And I know I'm supposed to be talking about Cosmos, but I can't help it. The 500 is very, very, very conservative. The 500 I gave for 2024, guys, I hate to say it, but that's worst case, not financial advice. We're going to blow by that 500, I think, before 2024. So I'm not ready to give you my long-term Luna prediction, but let's just say this: it's 4 digits long. I just don't know how high 4 digits is going to go. But if you bought Luna today and came back 3 or 4 years from now, I think you'd be a very, very happy camper. But looking at the next 3 weeks, I really like Cosmos a lot. It's available everywhere. Very easy to get on every single exchange. You don't have to worry about, getting your wallets stolen or anything like that on Pancake Swap or something, just stolen or anything like that here. I like it a lot. I think in the next 2 days, you're going to see it in the mid 30s, actually, predicated that BTC has a nice little recovery here and BTC gets closer to 47 again. I remember I am hoping for a BTC that gets to 50K, a little over, and stays around there for a decent part of April, which would really allow these alts to make a run for it, at least I would say for the first 3 weeks before futures week. So my pick is Cosmos. I like it a lot for the next 3 weeks. And I think if you get that token right now, you're getting in a pretty good area because it's been consolidating for a long, long time. In fact, this month
it's moved over the last couple of days.
Well, over the past 30 days, it's been between 25 and 34. So getting it at 32, low 32s, you can't go wrong. So I'm going to go with Cosmos, and I think for 3 weeks you'd be very happy with the production of that token. You want to give us your next pick?
All right, my next pick is Phantom, and there's a lot of FUD in the market about this. There are a couple of guys left at the beginning of March that were part of their original team, but they were no longer, or at least they weren't the core developers anymore. And the way that they worded their exit was kind of I don't want to say that they purposefully did this, but maybe they accidentally made it seem like they were canceling a bunch of projects, but what they were doing was canceling their participation in a bunch of projects. And the way it came off was that a bunch of projects were then going to disappear from Phantom, and that wasn't the case. And so that being said, over the last 30 days, still down 20%. It's got a 4.2 billion market cap. It's doing, and this is the impressive thing, in the last 24 hours, doing 800 million in
That's a good number.
volume. And it's come up, I think it was somewhere around 130 or somewhere in the mid 130s a couple of days ago. It's come up to 157. So it's on the move as well, but that volume is what I really like about it, especially after the price was knocked way down because of some stories that weren't exactly on point, and some people panicked and sold in the midst of that.
Not bad. I'm a little worried, only a little bit about that token. I think April's okay. A lot of negative sentiment, but if it starts going up, people will change their sentiment pretty quickly. So not bad at all.
And
I'm going to go with
one. I mean, judging by the volume and the price action lately, the sentiment seems to be turning around. I think we're going all the way to like 111 or something like that.
I'm going to be going with one that we actually have not been talking about a lot. That's actually one of the monsters in crypto. And I think April, you're going to see an all-time high. How about this prediction for Avalanche? Ooh. The Avalanche is coming. We're going to have a late snowstorm in April, ladies and gentlemen. Avalanche has some big backers. The cap is fairly big. I'm going to say that at 25.9 billion. However, volume right now is 863 million, and there's only 267 million tokens, 0.35 million tokens in circulation. Not bad. Avalanche, if you don't know, in the future, everything on Voyager will be run on Avalanche. It's a huge ecosystem that continues to grow. Besides Luna, I mean, Luna's in this class of its own. Avalanche was one that 10x'd between the summer and the winter, and it's been just consolidating now for several months. And now that BTC is showing strength, I think you're going to see an avalanche in April. And all-time high 146, 169.
No? Is April too late for snow? I grew up in Florida. I have no idea when snow.
No, you can. The latest you usually get would be early May, but that's very unusual. But most places in the Midwest do get, not every year, but snow in April is fairly common. An avalanche, no, but I think we're going to get a heavy storm coming. And I think Avalanche, forgotten crypto, I think, sometimes, because it did so well. And, it's tough because Luna steals all the headlines, of course. But Avalanche is one that I feel strongly I think you're going to see a new all-time high. So I think those are, between our picks, those are good ones. But can we go back to talk about Luna? Because this thing is amazing. Before we went on, it was pushing 116. Some people took profits, but don't worry. This thing just keeps coming back and back.
And I want to give some love to Do Kwon and the geniuses at Terra Labs and all that they're doing. I think you've said it before, and I remember you said 110 by the end of March. You also at one point said 117. Both of those are either 110 came true by the end of March, or 117 we almost got to that point today. So give yourself some credit there, but also a lot of love to the geniuses over at Terra Labs, especially Do Kwon. I love the bets he's making on his company. I love how he is worried about investors and worried about price action, where some other billionaire leaders maybe aren't so worried. I won't say any names, but that's good to see where somebody is betting on their company and betting big and buying tons of BTC at the same time.
And I think that is really what is fueling, not completely, but that's a big part of why we've had some healthy BTC action the past 2.5 weeks, because of the buying. But again, Luna, we're the unofficial Luna channel. If you're looking for something long-term that people in the mainstream still, I mean, I think almost everyone knows what BTC is, and then most people have heard of ETH, but Luna is still kind of crawling. But I think in 3 years, everyone's going to know the name Luna when it comes to crypto, for sure.
It's going to be like the Amazon of the crypto market. I really think so. I think people are going to put their money in it. They're going to be happy they did long term.
Yeah, and I'm just going to mention one more coin that we didn't pick, but let's, since we were a day late, let's give our viewers some extra content here. eGold, to me, also is looking very good for
All
this
right, well,
month.
that's your pick number 3 then. eGold, your honorable mention.
Yeah, eGold every time it's gotten over 100 million in volume has tended done really well. If you look at the research, it's doing that right now. Limited supply. The one thing we love about eGold, 23.45 million only in supply. You have 122 million in volume right now. It's starting to look like it's going to push 200, and I feel good about it. It was really hard to pick between some of these, really. Because eGold is only at 4.5, and it has gotten as high as 544. I don't know if we're getting there. I think that might be pushing it, but 300 to 400 is in play. I'll tell you that right now.
I like eGold a lot. I'm actually in eGold myself. And for me, my honorable mention, my third pick is going to be friend of the channel, VGX. Low market cap, 518 million. We told you a couple of weeks ago it was almost your last chance to get it under $2.
And then the lawsuits came, which we didn't know about.
Right. It pumped above $2. Then these lawsuits came in. You're really getting another opportunity to get it down there at 180. You're getting prices that we were talking about a couple of weeks ago before it pumped well above $2. So take advantage of that while you can. Move up the ladder on those VLP.
Because we both believe these lawsuits eventually will get taken care of, and eventually what's happening is just taking longer for this thing to because now probably the VLP 2.0 is delayed, but people are starting to get their debit cards. Our predictions, the 50 prediction is still eventually going to come. It just might not be as quickly as we had hoped, but there's still a lot of time between now and 2024.
We could see DeFi DOMs 12 by the end of the year for sure. I mean, really looking at this token, you could see this thing. I mean, that's nearly a 10x from here. 12 is easily doable for me.
For me that get people the debit card, release a Europe date, stocks, get these court cases taken care of.
It'll be well beyond 12 when all that happens. When all that comes together.
But I'm just talking about this year. I don't know if they could get all that done. That's my only thing. But I like
never under.
I mean, I like it long term, but yeah, I mean, let's very briefly talk about April. There's a major Bitcoin conference coming up at the end of April, and you have a futures week. But April has traditionally been a very good month for Bitcoin. If you look at it statistically, it's been outstanding. In fact, looking at this, on average, BTC has gone up 30% since 2013 in April.
That's nice.
Now, last year, actually, we lost 1.98%. But the year before, during the runs, listen to this. I'm actually going to start in 2017, 32%. 2018, 33, 2019, 34, 2020, 34, a little bit over 34, but you get my drift. 2018, 2013, 50%, which I think probably not likely, but again, and even when it's gone down in April, it's been pretty low. So I like BTC. I'd like us to get above 50. I think it's going to hold above 50 temporarily. It's going to allow the alts to run. It's going to allow our picks, I think, to do pretty well for at least the next 3 weeks. We'll see after that. It's hard to predict. You just don't know in the world what's going to happen. I think some of the issues we were seeing in January that brought the market down are still there. That's why I'm not jumping up and down saying we're going to see 70, 80K BTC in May or June. I just think it's too early to make those statements. But April still looks good.
And if we did see a 30%, can you imagine a 30% increase from here would get us almost to 60,000? So that would be incredible.
And the alts would have some nice weeks. Nice weeks. But as long as you took profits, you'd be great. And we're going to be here. We're going to, even when BTC,
nobody ever went broke taking profits.
Even when BTC does do its next dump, which BTC never goes straight up, we'll be here. We'll be reminding you what to buy, like Luna.
You mentioned that Bitcoin conference. That's going to be a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of thing. You know the Bitcoin conference is coming. You know that's at the end of April. You also know that even in the traditional stock market, people say go away in May and stay away. It's called the Halloween indicator. I messed that up in a previous video, but they actually think you get better prices in October. Actually, last year we saw better prices at the end of July, I think, or maybe sometime in
July 20th is when the market started reversing.
Right.
But that was what we were still in a bull market then. So I don't know if
right. And so you may see this thing get destroyed in May and then disappear all the way till October or sometime near then. And so you want to make sure that you are taking profits. I think that's
you want to make sure you're watching the show, because BTC is going to be up and down until the next halving. And so there are going to be opportunities to make money, but you got to stay with us. You got to stay in the market. So stay with us. Actually, let's get some more viewers. So please share this. We gave out a lot of great content today. We're probably making a lot of people money that watch this episode. So please share this for as many people as you can. All right, let's get this going. Let's get more followers, and the more you guys hit like, the more followers we get, the more shows we'll do. So keep that in mind too. For Mr. FOMO, this is AZcrypto. Have a great day, everybody.
See ya.